Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today is a GAS day on the channel. We're going to be doing genuinely approachable Sudoku, which very clearly reminds me, I met someone a couple of days ago who I hadn't seen in quite a while, a friend of mine, and he says that he and his wife have become GAS addicts and can't wait for each GAS video on the channel, have bought the apps, want more. That's brilliant. Hello, Kane and Emma. I know you sometimes watch together as well. We shall see. Well, I mean, we'll keep accommodating you because I'm planning to keep going on the GAS videos every 4 or 5 days. It's always a pleasure to look at these videos of puzzles that were originally posted within about the last month on the Daily Sudoku channel of the Discord server by Clover, Bill Murphy, and Philip Newman, typically. So I'll be going through the blurbs from that channel for these 5 puzzles shortly, which will include the rules of the puzzles. And then I'll be trying to solve the puzzles one after the other, desperately trying to earn myself the notional hat times, 1 party hat for a quick time, 2 party hats for a quicker time, or a dinosaur for a slower time. Now, and that brings me on to the fact that things haven't been going brilliantly in my solving lately. Certainly an error during the week that I didn't notice. An error yesterday that I obviously did notice that was so fatal that I couldn't find it and had to restart the puzzle. That was painful. And last time I did GAS, I ran into an error that absolutely unshipped me on one of Clover's puzzles. Clover being my nemesis at the moment, clearly. And actually, I still got a hat. Didn't get the 2. I'm normally hoping to get 2 hats a puzzle. Now, and I've just loaded the puzzles up, just clicked on the links, and something odd is going on this week. The first one looks strange, and something else was happening on another day. So I'm going to see what we get today. I'm really looking forward to it. There is still plenty of time to enter the Jewels of Osiris competition on Patreon. And coming up on Patreon within the next couple of days, probably Monday, I think. No, probably Tuesday. A brilliant puzzle hunt for kids, that's a Sudoku hunt for kids that's been put together by the PBN Institute, the Paint by Numbers Institute. And we're really looking forward to bringing that to you. It's pretty, if you like GAS, this is right up your street, maybe even easier than genuinely approachable Sudoku. So do consider giving that a go if you're with us on Patreon, and indeed introducing the puzzles to your appropriately aged children. So that's coming up on Patreon. We've got, I still haven't edited my crossword solve with getting the dictionary actually in the solve. That's bad of me. Been a bit busy lately. It was last day of the season for my son's football team today. In his under-15 league, they finished with a 5-0 win and managed to come 4th in their league, which, given that they were battling relegation after about 6 games, has been an incredible improvement. Very well done to them. It was a delight to be there and to wrap up the season. So I've been doing that sort of thing today and not thinking about GAS. And I should really, I would like to be binge watching Endeavour with my wife rather than doing this. But here I am for you, knocking out the genuinely approachable Sudoku. So looking forward to this. There's other links to all our apps, including our 2 genuinely approachable Sudoku apps, all of the merchandise, Sven Sudoku Pad. But the first number of links, I don't know quite how many, there's always one for the puzzle in our software and one for F puzzles in case you can't use the tiny URL links that they provide. But the first puzzle is by Clover. It's called Position Sums, and Clover says this: notorious GAS tester, and I guess he sets the puzzles too, William Wolfgang putting the ass back in classic Sudoku Murphy, had this to say about today's Position Sums GAS. This is one of the cleanest, neatest, kindest position sums Sudoku I've ever seen. The 2 hat time should still be 8+ on principle for position sums, is my 2 cents. No problem, Bill. I think 8+ is quite a generous 2 hat time. And this is apparently, I get to know, I don't normally know what the 2 hat times are, and I will probably forget by the time I start this. The rules are these for a position sums Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply. The topmost 2 digits in each column or the leftmost 2 digits in each row are A and B. So in this column, this is A and this is B. In this row, this is A and this is B, okay? The clues immediately adjacent to the grid tell you the sum of A plus B in this group of clues, and so that's telling you the sum, for instance, of those two. For the clues slightly further away from the grid, take the sum of the 8th and b-th digits in that row or column. So if you had 4 and 6 there, you'd be taking the sum of position 4 and position 6, which would be 4. So that's clearly not what's happening in that column. And that's how it works, counting left or right or top to bottom. And there's an example in the text. So that's how it works. Luckily, I've done a couple of these before, so I understand how it works. If you don't, just study the rule set and you will understand it. If you don't get any of the hat times, the dinosaur for this one is a high-rated Hypsilospinus. And then we go on to Homemaker by Bill Murphy. Okay, so listen, says Bill. Let me explain. About 4 months ago at GAS HQ, we were joking about what we'd put on our business cards. I love this picture of the 3 of them sitting around just having a chat. I couldn't think of anything better than cool puzzles for fun until yesterday, when thinking about today's classic Sudoku, I came up with putting the ass in classic Sudoku since 2022. That's what Clover meant when she posted that in yesterday's intro. Yes. Since she stole my bit for today's intro, the other 2 business cards were Clover Moon, problems solved, problems caused, and Philip Newman, people like you see a problem, I see an opportunity to create worse problems. That's good. Put the digits 1 to 9 in each row, column, and box. That's normal. Sudoku rules apply for this puzzle. Each row, column, and box has the digits 1 to 9. It's a classic Sudoku called Homemaker. The dinosaur is a business Brachytrachelopan. I can't pronounce that one. And then we will go to Philip's only puzzle of the week, squaring the circles. Today's GAS, a Fortress Quadruples Sudoku, says Philip, comes with an extra challenge from Bill. If you normally use the pencil mark conflict checker, you're encouraged to turn it off for this puzzle. I promise I don't. I've bumped the hat times up a bit to account for this. I've also given you 6 completely unnecessary given digits because I'm such a nice guy. It is only Philip who tests all his puzzles to see if the givens are actually necessary and then provides them anyway. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in grey cells must be greater than digits in orthogonally adjacent white cells. So this is the fortress rule. This grey cell will be bigger than those 2 that touch it, that are white. In the quadruples, digits in corner circles must appear in the surrounding 4 cells in some order, so those are 5, 7, 8, and 9 in some order. The dinosaur this time is a highlighted Histriosaurus. That sounds made up. And then we go to Clover's next one. Killer Sudoku is the title, and she says, in today's GAS, we simulate the problem of fitting 16 identical awkwardly shaped pieces of furniture into a 9 by 9 foot room. Here's my solution, which purely by coincidence is also a valid killer Sudoku grid. Enjoy. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages don't repeat and must sum to the indicated total. And the dinosaur is a cramped Cruxikeros. And then we get to the interesting, or the interesting one in terms of there's not just one grid. Bill says, I've been doing GAS for 6.5 months now. We're friends, right? Cool. I feel like I can open up to you now. Day 1 of GAS, I told you that I wasn't 3 goblins in a trench coat. And that's true. However, a large number of you did hit instantly upon the truth of the situation. I'm not 3 goblins in a trench coat because I am 2 goblins in a trench coat. They'd like to say hello today, if that's okay. Their names are Doppel and Ganger. They're not quite identical, but they're pretty close. One of them is more purple and one of them is more green. They're pretty friendly. They only bite if you're a good member of the Lif clan, whatever that means. There's nobody around these parts like that, though. So you're all clear. Today's pair of Sudoku are a Renban Sudoku and a parity Sudoku, and I expect these to bite me. That seems to be what this is telling me. So in this Doppel puzzle, normal Sudoku rules apply, and digits along a purple line contain a set of consecutive digits in any order. And in the Ganger puzzle, and you'll notice the lines have gone green in this, normal Sudoku rules apply, and digits along a green line are all either odd or all even. This is not German whispers. Don't worry, Kane. I know you said it wasn't your favourite. None this week. Add times for the two puzzles together to determine your hat score. And that's useful because it tells me just to get on with the two. The dinosaur is a nearly identical pair of Nuken Raptor. This only counts as one dinosaur on the tracking sheet. Sorry. There we go. Okay, well, it's not that weird. There's just one extra puzzle to do, basically, by the way. And that's fine. I am looking forward to giving these a try. I'm going back to the beginning, which is this one, Position Sums by Clover. And I'm going to try and remember to restart my clock each time. I'm going to try and not make mistakes this time. I don't know. Easy for an old fella to say. And let's see how we go. So, Position Sums by Clover. Let's get cracking. Okay, so A plus B equals 10. That's a 4. This is 10 as well. That's a 6. Oh, 4 there, 3 there. Okay, there are some giveaways here. That must be a 9-8 pair to make 17. So I'm doing the easy stuff first, you will notice. A plus B is always easier than working out 8th plus Bth. Here I don't know. It's either an 8-5 or a 6-7 pair. I'm going to pencil mark it because my name is not Goodliff for nothing. These add up to 9 and can't include 1 and 3. So they're either 2, 7 or 4, 5, I think. I don't think I've got that wrong. These add up to 10 and don't include 9 and 8. So that's either a 7-3 pair or a 6-4 pair. And both of those, oops, have a specific order. These add up to 9. Ah, that must be 5 and 4. That's made things easier. So this is 3 and 7. Oh, and there's no 5 in this pair. So it's a 7-6. Oh, it's getting easier now already. I did not tackle this in the right order, but never mind. Right, now let's see how far we can get without bothering about the 8th and Bth clues, which is almost like cheating. 6 there, 2 and 8, 1, 5 and 7. Okay, it's not going well now. Let's go down the columns. 2, 8 and 7 here. Well, 7 has to be in one of those, and that's 2 or 8. Now, it's probably going to be easier if we do use these extra clues. So this is position 4 and 6, and they add up to 8. These two add up to 8. They don't use a 7 or a 6. They are 5 and 3. See, that is, once you work it out, it's not that bad. Positions 7 and 6 add up to 5. That's those two, so that's a 2. Down here, positions 4 and 5 add up to 4. That's those two. They're a 1 and a 3. Oh, this is actually very helpful. Why am I trying to avoid it? Right, in this column, positions 7 and 3, that's those two, add up to 9. Now, this is a bit harder. They're not 7, 2 or 3, 6. They're either 5, 4 or 1, 8. 5 down there or 8, 1 or 4 here. I hope I don't have to keep that in mind. Ooh, let's just do some Sudoku down here. That's the only place for 3. That's a 1. That's a 6, 7 pair. Now, what's it saying? That the 9th and 8th digits add up to 9. So that's a 6. Okay. Then in this one, the 4th and 6th add up to 3. That's a 2 and a 1. Yeah, I do understand why Bill says that the times, the sort of speed times have to start with 8 minutes, because getting your head around what these are doing isn't simple. Oh, the 5th and the 4th here add up to 10. This is a clue I didn't look at. That's a 9. Right, and now we must have enough. Let's bear in mind I haven't finished that one, but I suspect we've got enough information to finish the puzzle without actually thinking too much about that last clue. And that's how to tackle it. 8, 3 over here. 6, 9 down there, 6, 9 up here as well. Nice. 4 and 7, that's become a 9. 5, 8, 6, 5, 6, 8, 2. I'm deliberately leaving those pencil marked cells alone until the end, because then if need be I can work out what they have to add up to. That is an 8. No, that's sorted out that pencil marked cell, which I shouldn't have done, because the whole point of leaving it alone was that it would tell me what's going on in this last deadly pattern. 5 plus 4 equals 9. There we go. Oops. And, you know, as I said, experience on this sort of puzzle is invaluable, knowing what these clues are trying to tell you. I feel I may have cheated you by skimping on the explanation. I mean, you need to work through the examples to understand what these numbers and the clues mean. But there we go. That's me doing position sums. And I shall move on to Homemaker by Bill Murphy. This is a classic, isn't it? So let's restart the clock on this one. Let's get cracking. 9 and 8 in the top row are easy. That's nice. That's a 4, 6, 7 triple. I'm in a hurry, so I'm not rushing to whip out the unnecessary pencil marks. 7, 4, 1, 8, 2, 9, 3. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. Oh, 2 and 1 in the bottom row. Yes. 3, 4, 5 triple. 2, 1. That must be 7. 8, 9, 6 can go in that box. We've got a 2 there, and a 3 there, and a 1 there, and a 4 there. Then we get 3 here. 5, 6 pair. That's an 8, surrounded by a 4, 9 pair. Let's look up the middle. Yes, that's a 6 now. This is a 3 or a 5. 6, 8, 4, 9, 7. Oh, there's a 3 there. That's symmetric with the bottom row, isn't it? 1, or with the bottom 3 rows. 1, 2, 5, 9, 3, 4. There's a 7 there. 8 and 6. Now I can do 2 and 1. I still can't do the 4, 9 at the bottom. That's a 4, 5, 6 triple. 8, 3, 9, 7, 1. 8, 9, 5, 4, 1, 2, 6. Oh, that's become a 5. So that's a 2. This is 1 in the center. That's a 1. Sort of looking all over now. 8, 1, 4, 5, 9. It's a sign of an interestingly difficult GAS classic, that you don't just look in the same part each time for the next bit of progress. Something different is going on. So 9's in one of those cells. I don't know if it's probably not any use to notice that. That's 4 or 8. I'm getting a bit disjointed now. This is a 3, 4 pair. Are they resolved? No. Okay, this column. That's not a 4, so there's only one place for 8. Ah, look at that pencil mark I made at the end. That turns out to have been good. Sometimes weird pencil marks pay off, and that was one of the times. That's become a 6. That's 7. That's 3. Looking along row 4. 7, 6, 2, 5. Right, this is finishing off now. 4 and a 3, and then we go 4 and 7. There we go. Ooh, 2 minutes 47. That's a quick time. Sorry, Bill. I feel guilty now, especially for saying I was going a bit slow at one stage. I mean, that's a quick time for almost any puzzle for me, let alone one that Bill was trying not to make all that easy, probably. Maybe he was. Anyway, Squaring the Circles by Philip. I don't think I read that title before. Let's get cracking on this. So Fortress tells me that's a 1 and a 3 there. And that's a 1 and a 2. Any other small numbers in the grey cells? No. That is a 6 or a 9. This is not how to do the puzzle. 1, 3, 2, 4. That's a 6, 8 pair. Right, so that's a 9. Then these are a 5, 7 pair. And they will pair up in only one way with the 6, 8 numbers, won't they? Now, here we've got a 4 and a 6 to go in. 8 must be there because it can't be in any of those cells because of that, or that because of this group. In fact, there's a 4 over there. 4, 6, 8, 9. So 8 is there. This can't be 6, so it's 5 or 7. There's plenty of lower numbers than that still to go in the box. These are obviously from 5, 6 and 7. Yeah, I should probably be starting to think about where 9s go in some places. That is 6 or 9. 6, 8 or 9. This is a 6, 8 pair, clearly. Ah, there's an X-wing with 6, 8s there and there. So that's not a 6 or an 8. That's what's going on. That's an 8. One of these two is a 6. Okay, I don't know about that. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. That's not a 6. This is the 6 around this quad. So that becomes a 4. That's a 6. Now up here we can place the 9 and the 8. That's weird. And that's a 5, 7 pair. These are all odd for some reason around this one. 1, 3, 5, 9, 8. So I've got to use the fortress thing. I'm so bad at fortress. It is a constant trial to me how annoyingly slow I am with fortress. But that is classic. 5, 7 there. That pair. They were a naked pair. So the fortress in the bit I had highlighted tells me 7 and 5 there. The number of times... Oh, these have to be very low with the 4 in the fortress cell. 9 in this column. It's at the top or bottom. I don't know where. I just never know what to look at. This is 1, 2 or 3. I'm going to fill that in. This is just low. Where is the 7 in this row? It could still be in one of those cells. Well, not that one. 7 is either there or there. That's a sort of, oops, that's a sort of X-wing with 7s up here. And it's going to put 7 in one of those two cells, and it can't be next to the 6. That's a weird 7 to find. Then similarly, 7's in one of those two. Then it has to be in one of those 3. And that's really interesting, because wherever 7 is here, 9 must be touching it. In fact, that must be a 1. See, I haven't even noticed that, because 1 can't occupy any of these cells. One of them has a 2 next to them. It's not that one. It's one of these two. So there's a 2 in one of those cells. There's now a 1, 3 pair and a 5, 7. That's now a 2, 6 pair. And this must be 3 and 9, and that's a 5. See, is this GAS? This feels quite high level to me. I just feel so uncomfortable with Fortress. It's weird how ill at ease it makes me feel. 7 and 5. Right, we've got a lot of Fortress cells filled in. That's a 4, 7 pair. That finishes the Fortress up here. Then I can do the 2, 6 pair. That sorts out 8, 6 down here. That looks across to here and places 6. It doesn't place 8, but that's become a 9. Now it places 8. Now, next to this 6, 1, 2 or 3. 9, 9. There's a 9 in one of those two. 2, 6, 5, 8, 4. That's a 7 by Sudoku now. 1, 3, 9 here. I've got 4 to place there, and I can do 2 and 5. That's 1 or 3. This has become a 5 since I got the 7. That's a little number. These little numbers do nothing to help with Fortress, by the way. 5, 9, 6, 7, 8. So 1 or 3, 1, 2 or 3. I hate the little numbers now. Oh, but I was going to say this must be a 4. That's not true. That's a little number. There's a triple. Okay, that's helpful. That's how I find out about the big numbers, which is what I should have been thinking about. 4 and 9 here. Now we place 4. We've got all these little numbers still to figure out. There's a 3 looking at that set. 1, 1 there, that's 2 or 3. That's not a 1 because there must be a 1 in those cells. That's become a 2. This has become a 1. 5 and 8, I can place them thanks to the fortress rule, which I'm now remembering occasionally. 9, 3, 8, that's a 4 in this column. There's another little number, but that's a trio of little numbers. So 9 and 7 go in there. What's this, a 5? Now I have to sort out the little numbers. 9, 3, this is an I-wing, that's a 1. 1 there, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Yes, that gives me something to finish with, hopefully. 1, 3, 1. Am I finished there? Ooh, okay, 6 minutes 31. I'll be very irritated if Philip has set a time under, well, of 6.5 minutes or less for 2 hats, because I just can't see my way through one of those more quickly than that. Yes, I was just going to mention I-wing, which I used there, because Kane told me that I'd wasted an hour of his life doing a Google search for what that technique was. And an I-wing is just a joke of a technique where somebody suggested the term for when I finally find a row or column with only 1 digit left to go in it. It's shaped like an I. And it's not really anything like an X-wing or a Y-wing at all. Anyway, that was that one. Next, we have Killer Sudoku by Clover. This was her furniture puzzle. Right, given that one of her famous stories was about moving furniture, or at least having a couch delivered, it's very appropriate. Let's restart the clock and try this Killer Sudoku. So we've got a 1, 2, 3 up there. Ah, that must be 4, 5, and that's a 1, and that sorts out the 1. That's already a lovely beginning, by the way. 9, 8, 6. I wonder if it gets replicated here. Almost. Yes, it does. That must be 5, 7, because that can't be a 1. No. No, I've messed this up. I think I'm okay to this point. 9, 8, 6. What are the... Why am I thinking about what the most of these can be are? That's where I went wrong. Don't worry, Mark. Just be normal. 9, 8, 7 there. These... You see, I'm immediately wanting to put 6, 5 in there, and it's just nonsense. Why am I so much better at working with low digits than high ones? There's no answer to that. Right, these have to be 6, 5. That's the most it can be. That puts a 9 there. That is how the symmetry works. That's a 1, 2, 4. These have to be 3 and 5 at least. That's a 1. I'm sure there was something going on in the northeast corner, and I'm just not even understanding. Yeah, these have to be 5, 7 at most. That's it. And that's a 9. Oh, I'm so dumb. Right, there we go. I don't really think I'm so dumb. And the other day when I said I hate myself, I don't really think that either. It's just an expression. I don't want to upset anyone. I did get a letter. 2, 3 and 4 here. Now, 13 and a 4, or 15 and a 2. So that's 2 or 4. And that becomes a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. The 1 is there. Ah, the 4 is there thanks to that pair. This is 2 and 3. So that's a 7. That's sorting out more. This is beautiful. The flow on this puzzle is just fabulous. 3 and 2 there because of the 2, 4 pair. This is a 6, that's the unaccounted for number. 8, 6, 15, 17. Oh, this is quite interesting though, because you have to look around the grid doing Sudoku all the time and then doing little bits of arithmetic in your head as well. And if you combine it with what I'm doing, you have to do speaking too, and it gets quite complicated. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. 8, 7, 6 there. 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. That's a 7. That's an 8, 6 pair. It is all just given if you allow yourself to see it. 8 and 6. 6 and 5. I-wing in column 1. That's a 4. 1, 2, 5. That's a 2. Now, 1 in that row. It is, I mean, the The symmetry is all embracing, and I have to just keep remembering to use it. There we go. So that becomes an 8. 6 and 8. We must be able to do the 4 and 5. Symmetry told me that. 5, 6 and 9. No 6 there. 1, 4, 5. No 4 there. I'm now picturing symmetry as a sort of virtual assistant like Siri. Symmetry, help me solve this puzzle. Now, we've got another 12 in those cells. That must be the two highest, 8 and 4. That's good. Okay, what about here? We've got another 8. Yes, symmetry did help me solve the puzzle when I asked. How can I? If you're not getting that joke, you think I'm weird. Frankly, you probably think I'm weird anyway. Now, these are sorting themselves out by Sudoku now, but symmetry has been very helpful. 7, 3 and an 8, 3, 7 and a 4. That's not a 4. That's not an 8. So 8, 3, 2, 4, 1. That is a naked 5. Interesting. That's now a naked 6. Yes, good pencil marking. 4, 7, 5, 8. 2 and 6 must go here. 1, 3, 9 down the middle. Then I can sort out 5 and 9. Well, this is good. I'm about to declare that I've got through 2 clover puzzles without error and without feeling that she has been my utter nemesis this week. 4 minutes 42. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Thank you, Clover. Now, there should only be one puzzle left to do, but of course there is Doppel and Ganger, the 2 gremlins in a trench coat, who are planning to bite me. We shall see how they get on. Let us start this Renban version first. I didn't notice if all the givens were the same between the 2 puzzles. I'll try and spot that when I transfer. Right, 6, 4, 2, 1. So that's 7, 8, 9. Must be. Oh, that's a nice start in terms of friendliness. The gremlins are luring me in. 7, 5, 8. Now, these are low. 2, 3, 4, or... Oh, yes, or 1, 2, 3. So they've got a 2 in, that's there. They've got a 3 in, that's in one of those. Let's look down here. Symmetry. Help me, symmetry. There must be an 8 in those. It's there. There must be a 7, which is in one of those 2. Symmetry was less helpful this time. It didn't do as much. Ah, this is a 4, 5, 6. And that's a 7, 8, 9, or vice versa. This sees all of 7, 8, 9. So this is the 7, 8, 9 one. That is quite a good deduction. I'm pleased with that. This is the 4, 5, 6 one. There we go. Right, now, that hasn't cleared that one up at all. The middle column, that is a 9. Yes, that's quite helpful. 3, oh look, that's a 3 and that's a 7. This couldn't be a 7 because of that pair I marked. So yet again, little bit of pencil marking does the job. That must be 4, 5 by the Renban rule. 6, 1 there. 3, 4 there. Ooh, you do get these moments where you suddenly feel like you're fizzing. It's great. 3, 5, 6. Can't sort out those triples, but I only need 1 clue on each of them to finish them off. That's a 1, 9 pair. 2, 8, 7, 6, 9 and 4. Oh, look, they're a pair in this row. So these are from 1, 3, 5. Well, they can't be 3, 5. They must be 1, 3, and that's a 2. Then I can do 5 and an 8, 7 pair. 1 and 2 there. That must be a 3 for the rule. 8, 5. That fixes 3 and 5. Failed to get a 3 in the corner. Haven't seen a 3 in the corner in this set of puzzles. Is that a theme? That's quite odd in a way. Maybe one will come soon. Or maybe I've even just missed a party celebration going on. And that was quite a nice spot. Oh, there we go. There's 3 in the corner. Okay, I didn't miss that one. 3, 4, 9, 7, 5. That's 1 or 6. That's 1 or 2. 6, 8, 7, 3. There's a 5 in one of those. It's just getting a bit sticky. That is a 3. I didn't need the extra clue, actually. I And I can place 2 and 4 and 8. Actually, lots of those were resolved. I just didn't work it out. That becomes a 7. Looking down this column, these are from 1, 4, 9. Now, this is either 7, 6 or 7, 9 by the Renban rule. That must be the 7, given that fact. This is not a 7. These must be done. That's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. 7 and 9, they are done. Those don't have a 9 in. That's a 1, 4 pair. 6 and 9 here, and the Renban rule does not fix that for me. Across the bottom row, we need an 8. That's got to be here. There's a 1, 2 pair in this column, thanks to the pencil marking that I had done and not used. Then 1, 4 or 9 here. 6, 8, 3, 7, 9, 2. That's become a 4. That's become a 5. We've got a 1 there. 2, 1, that's a 2, 5 and 9, 1 and 9, and we finish in this corner with 1 and 4. And we did get a 3 in the corner. We did finish with a time beginning with 3. Maybe it is 3 gremlins in a trench coat after all, rather than just 2. And we will take on Ganger next and see what happens. So, digits along lines have the same parity. Just reminding myself of that before we start. Oh, and I was going to check whether it was the same givens. Look, it is. How do people do this? Well, look at that. There's a 9 there that wasn't in the previous puzzle, so it's not quite the same. That's fascinating. Bill, you are amazing. Anyway, let's get cracking on this one. So these must all be odd. So the 8 is somewhere there. Those could be either. Oh, look. Can I do the same thing here? This is 4 or 5 by Sudoku. No, I don't know. These must be odd. So 2 must be here. And 8 must be in one of these two. These are odd as well. I think these ones that I've discovered to be definitely odd are worth marking. You never know. There's obviously one odd set and one even set in this group. So where can't 4, 6, 8 go? Is that? That's probably not the way to look at it. 7, 5, 9, 6, 4, 8. That's the one way it works that way round. Or 8, 4, 6. 9, 7, 5. That was not worth spending time doing. Bother. Oh, come on. How do I do this? I'm trying ordinary Sudoku techniques. That's not going to get it done. I think Bill has set it up too cleverly. That's a 2 by Sudoku. So this is even, and that is 8 and 4. Now, that does get it done. Right. That places 8 in the central box. That must be 4. That must be 6. That's a 5. We can finish this box. I know that because I've tested it out. Wasted or used valuable time testing it out. That's a 3. That's a 7. That's a 5. Didn't really need the pencil marking. Maybe it helped subliminally. Don't know. These are odd. 8 is placed now. That's it. 4, 7, 9 is a triple there. Now, these are, we don't know, do we? Yes, one of them's a 6. Now we know. That's 6, 4, 2. 2, 4, 6, like that. Right. 1 and 3 at the bottom. That's a 5, 7 pair, so that must be 9. That's a 4. This is a 1, 9 pair, so that's a 3. These include... Oh, well, there's C4 odd digits, so these are all even. They are 4, 6, 8. I can do those just like that. Then we get 1 and a 7, 9 pair. And now we are finishing off Ganger, I believe, the partner to Doppel. 6, 1, 2, 1, 9. 3 and 9 there, that's a 7, that seems to have obeyed the rule. This is 5, 3, 2, 6, 4, 7, 9, 8, 5, 1, 5, 7, 9, 7. There we go. Oh, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. I'm pleased with that time. So I add that to the Doppel time, which was 3 minutes and 57 seconds. It is 3 gremlins in a trench coat, and I'm yet to meet the third, I believe. 3:57 and 3:07 adds up to 7 minutes and 4 seconds. And I would be confident of making the 2 hat times on all the puzzles today. And pride goes before a fall, and I might be wrong. And no doubt Miko Kisai, who very usefully tells me how many hats I got almost immediately I post these videos, will let me know. I'm very grateful to them, very grateful to everybody around the channel who does all the jobs, but especially to Clover, Bill Murphy and Philip Newman for setting these brilliant GAS puzzles. Thank you so much. And if you have enjoyed solving them, do get our apps where the same constructors are busy working for you. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow in a postponed video. See you then. Bye for now.